Is that an envelope?
Is that an envelope in your hand, or are you just excited to see me?
That's the least amount of fans we had in a while, probably.
I know. Get on it.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. Today we are drinking sparkling strawberry lemonade that may or may not be left over from last night.
Iconic.
Not really.
And you're not drinking it out of your cup?
Nope, but it's right here.
Mine's right here.
Merch in the link below.
And I am David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I have my Simone shirt, which I love. Simone so much.
Love her.
But you know what else? I also have a cute fan. Woo-hoo-hoo. This just came in the mail just in time, and I love it. Ever since I saw Jimbo holding this in the workroom, I'm like, I need that. And I finally bought it a couple weeks ago. Took 2 weeks to get to me, but it was worth it. Only cost me $20, free shipping. So go to Jimbo's website. After you go to ours and buy merch, go to Jimbo's and buy some Jimbo merch.
Sure.
Oh, and I'm drinking water.
Hello, guys. It is me. It is I, Mr. Talented, your favorite guy. And today I'm just drinking this yellow drink to match the color of my cup.
Ooh.
You know, a little bit of coordination. We don't have, any water today because, we got to spice it up a little bit. We got to sweeten it up a little bit. We can't be drinking water all the time, So, yeah.
Logan's finger is on the button.
Literally, I have the button right.
Oh,
You
I'm
just let
so
them down. You just let
don't
them
worry.
down.
All right. And it is I, Brook, a queer college graduate who plays way too much fucking Smash Bros. Although this past week, I have not really been playing a ton of video games, but I did binge all of Blue Period on Netflix. If you have not watched Blue Period, fucking watch it. It's incredible. Quality anime stuff. Great. It's about an art student. Oh, nope. No right it. And today I am drinking a generic bottle of water as sponsored by one mother, Miss Laduca.
Period.
Because as usual, we must let loose in this podcast episode today.
It's every podcast episode at this point because it's been brought up. I think it got brought up on Survivor. It's been brought up on Project Runway. It's been brought up on every Drag Race franchise.
It got brought up at Money in the Bank this past recording.
I heard. Just let loose. We are just letting loose all over everything. And they really let loose this week on RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 8, Episode 9. I'm just going to say right off the bat, no one should have gone home. That's how I feel. That's how I
can
feel.
see an argument for it.
I can definitely see an argument for it. I also think this was one of those challenges that I never really get into that much. I've never been a big fan of the roast. So having another roast, especially this late in the competition with only 4 queens left, kind of felt a little awkward.
But there were 5 queens. What are you talking about, bro?
No, there were 4 queens and a dress-up doll, okay? There were 4 queens and a dress-up doll.
We're not going to disrespect the makeup on that one person because I found out who it was, and we are not disrespecting her today on this podcast.
Who are we talking about?
Okay, so we'll get there.
Yeah.
Let's not forget.
Yeah, so we come back into the workroom. Lala Ri is gone.
I want to punch people. You don't.
That's a little much. But
Sure.
okay.
Metaphorically punch them out of the competition.
That should have been the first thing you prefaced with, but okay, darling. Anyway, Lala Ri is gone, but also everyone voted for Lala. So get off Alexis's back. That's all I'm gonna say. Everyone voted for Lala.
But
Even Kandy voted for Lala because
I do like that Jimbo, my girl, called out Alexis and was like, I thought you weren't gonna vote for Lala. But of course, Alexis said what we all thought she might say. Oh, I never said that. I just said I wouldn't forget what she did. Okay. Semantics.
Which is what she said.
True.
There was no... I'm still going to say it. There was no promise behind anything. Am I upset that she sent Lala home? Absolutely. But did she promise Lala anything? No.
Nope.
Also,
and I hate all of the... Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry. But I don't normally do this. I have to go on a rant here for a second because all of the fucking review channels that are like, oh, but Alexis promised. Oh, but Alexis promised. I'm not going to sit here and be an Alexis Michelle defender. I do love Alexis Michelle, obviously. I mean, she's incredibly entertaining. She's been very entertaining on this season of Drag Race. However, when all of these review channels are saying, oh, Alexis promised, show me in the episode where Alexis promised Lala anything. All she said, the words out of her mouth were, I will never forget this. You can never forget something and still send someone home. That's the game.
Exactly.
And that's another reason why I'm tired of this format for All Stars, and it needs to go away. Because this format just leads to shit like this, where queens are getting unnecessary amounts of hate for things that they shouldn't be getting hate for.
Well, I mean, again, though, to be fair about the unnecessary amount of hate, it is something I have touched on many, many times. The fandom for Drag Race has a tendency to jump to the nth degree all the time, constantly. They will go after whoever if it had something to do with their favorite. And this also is not the first time, not even this season, just in general, that Alexis Michelle has been attacked for sending home a fan favorite, right?
Yep.
Because... I mean, it's happened before. I remember it was minimal at the time. But people were mad that Farrah got sent home by Alexis. People were talking about Alexis needing to volunteer herself when Valentina went home, which that's not how that works. Again, that was season 9. Nothing has changed 6 years on from that. And we can't. As a fandom, we do need to talk about it because if we don't talk about it, it's going to keep happening, and it's going to keep happening either way. But at least if we acknowledge it, we're trying to do something about it. I don't know.
And I completely agree with you, Brooke. I'm just seeing it's bad when the review channels are putting things into the edit of the episode that aren't there. That's just the point I'm trying to make is don't put things in there because then you're just adding to the amount of hate that this queen could potentially get. Because we know how bad this fandom is. They're going to jump on anything and everything. Has Alexis been perfect this season? Absolutely not. Has anyone been perfect on this season? Absolutely not. Well, maybe Jimbo.
I was about to say.
The Rusical?
I was going to say there was a moment.
She wasn't perfect.
I love Jimbo. I've come around to Jimbo. I'm here for the Jimbo. If Jimbo wins, I'm going to be very thrilled based on the contents of this season and the drag that she presents. I will be very happy with that. But not even Jimbo's been perfect this season. This season has been incredibly flawed from the start. And so it's just I just want people to reevaluate. If you watch the episode once and then rag on someone for something that you think they said and they didn't say it, that's bullshit.
I mean,
do your research.
And on the point of them needing to change the format, this was around the time when we got sick of Lip Sync for Your Legacy, because it was 3 seasons of Lip Sync for Your Legacy, and then
it's been 3 seasons of Lip Sync Assassin.
So what I want is what I've always thought was like the best like fantasy thing that I've seen for people talk about like a future All-Stars format, which was there's a bottom 3 every week. Whoever wins the challenge saves somebody out of the bottom 3, and then the bottom 2 lip sync for their life. It works. It just works. But
yeah,
I don't know. I am also sick of the assassin format.
I like the assassin format. I just think we're now at a point where it's like, what constitutes a lip sync assassin?
Thank you.
And this week, we got a true, in my opinion, lip sync assassin. And I'm very excited to talk about her and her robbery again. But her robbery again, David. I said what I said, and I will continue to say it. But
playing is her occupation.
Oh, God, we'll talk about it. So we come back into the workroom the next day. RuPaul walks in, and we find out that the Maxi Challenge is the roast of Carson Kressley because he's basically the only judge left other than T.S. Madison who hasn't been roasted.
Pretty much.
So
Yay.
expect the T.S. Madison roast on season 16, probably.
I'm not mad at it because, like, at least the roasts don't happen all the time, and like it's kind of like whatever. But
yeah.
It feels a bit late in the competition. I wish they would have swapped this with, like, I don't know, one of the acting challenges or something.
I wish they'd swapped this with the Rusical.
Really?
And that's just me wanting to see Jaymes Mansfield do this roast. Like, that's just me.
Well, I mean, hey, again, if you swap it with one of the earlier acting challenges, you get to see Jaymes Mansfield do the roast anyways. So, I mean...
I don't think it needs to be super early in the season. I like when it's at, like, 6. I think 6 is a good place for a roast because that's typically around the number of roasters in an actual roast that you see like on Comedy Central or something. So that would have been fine for me. I just think 4 is too few for me. I don't know if anybody agrees.
It's fair.
Yeah, I didn't mind it because I feel like a lot of the people that left recently might not have been the best at the roast. So I felt like we had 4 people that were all going to be at least decent, even though we had seen Alexis in the bottom before. I do think based on her snatch games, she's shown that she does have some quick wit to her. Yeah. So I thought this was pretty much a perfect group to have a roast with.
I thought they could have done it at 5 as well. I think Lala could have taken this challenge and done really well with it.
Possibly.
I think Lala probably would have leaned into a character again, which for me, honestly, I'm not all that mad at. But I think she could have gone more along the lines of what Kahanna Montrese did on the season 5 roast. I think is what Lala would have ended up doing. We will never know what that would have become or what that would have been, but I think it could have been entertaining.
True.
Not to mention the fact that, like, a lot of the queens who went home earlier in the season, cough, cough, Jaymes, Darienne, and Kasha, are all remarkably funny. So I would have loved to see all of them do it.
I would have loved to see Naysha Lopez bomb this roast.
You know, every roast needs a good bottom.
True. So, we're roasting... Not much happens in this episode other than the roast. Like, honestly, we get comedy. What is it? Rehearsals? Is that the right word for it?
Sure.
Rehearsal.
That I skip every time.
Feedback situations with our resident comedy challenge expert, Alec Mappa, who I'm very excited to see again. I'm like, yay. I love that they're now just permanently bringing in Alec Mappa. And I'm pretty sure part of that is because he hosts the official RuPaul's Drag Race podcast. So I love that
makes
we're not.
Sense. It's been cool, like seeing him age over the years.
Yeah, I love it.
He looks so different.
It's like, oh my god. Yeah, if you haven't listened to Squirrel Friends with Alec Mappa and Lonnie Love, it's a really good podcast. They did an episode with Sasha Colby at the end of season 15, and it's remarkable. Like, it's a really good podcast. I wouldn't say it's better than ours, but
we also got to see a Drag Race legend enter the workroom.
Katya's here for some reason.
I mean, hey, Raven showed up. for some reason. So I mean,
well, Raven not only works on the set, but is a very stylish individual and can help with makeup. Yeah. Why Katya was here, I'm not really sure. I don't really care. I was happy to see Katya.
Mm-hmm. Katya also has one of the funniest lines in the history of the show, though. So, like,
which one?
The key to a swollen vagina is
courage. I do love Katya.
Can we bring back the Despy Awards, please?
No.
Sometime, please.
No, because then Mrs. Kasha Davis will go home again for saying welcome.
I forgot about that.
Do you like Katya, Mr. Talented?
Yeah, she's a funny, interesting queen. Her dynamic with Trixie obviously is one of the best that the show has seen. Yeah, I don't mind her. Why she was here, distracting them is kind of like, girl, like, like she was causing so much chaos. I was like, so are we trying to throw the girls off? Like, what are we doing here?
Mr. Talented just said she's a funny and interesting queen.
Like, that's not supposed to be
shady. Mr. Talented is not watching is what I'm hearing.
No, I haven't. No, I don't really watch I don't watch it.
The new season is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. The new season's pretty good. No, I love Katya. Katya is in my probably top 15. I wouldn't say top 10, but probably top 15 somewhere. I'd probably link her and Trixie together in the same spot, honestly, because, like, hello. In the same way that I link Bob and Monet together at this point, like.
Hey, I mean, collectively they've won 2 lip syncs, so I guess that makes sense.
That is true. 2 out of, I think, 10.
Thereabouts, yeah.
That's crazy because Katya is a good lip syncer.
The only person Katya has beaten a lip sync is Sasha Bell, aka Frisbee Jenkins.
The one lip sync that I think that Trixie truly won, she didn't even win it.
I mean, also, not to mention, Katya
won
what? What did you say?
What?
Oh, a second.
Which one was it that
the one against Pearl?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the one that she clearly won.
Agreed.
I don't think I ever saw that one. I never finished season 7. It's the only season I never finished. I know.
Understandable.
I had a hard time getting into it.
Fair. So, let's just talk about the roast.
Yep.
Let's just talk about the roast. I did not pull photos of the roast looks because, quite frankly, I didn't like any of them.
I kind of like Jessica's.
Jessica's was fine.
And, I mean, Joan was the... like.
In what goddamn universe would Joan Rivers wear that dress?
I don't know.
Not this one.
Okay. I know David is going to hate me for this. I'm just going to go off the bat and talk about Jimbo because for me, I thought Jimbo did a very, very good job. I thought Jimbo was one of the top 2 in this roast. I think Jimbo did a good job. Where Jimbo lost me was the physicality. Because if you're gonna play Joan Rivers, which I think was a very smart choice, and Jimbo's Joan Rivers Snatch Game is one of my top 5 favorite Snatch Games of all time. It's incredible. It's incredible the way that she can embody these characters. I just think what was missing for me in this roast, if you're gonna do Joan Rivers, is the physicality of Joan. She kind of just stood there and did a Joan Rivers impersonation without, like, bringing, I guess, like, the Snatch Game of it all to it. Like, I wanted more physicality. I wanted an outfit that looked like something Joan Rivers would wear. And I know she has a limited, like, set of looks that she brought to Drag Race, so I do understand that. However, you could have come up with something better. And that's just where it lost it for me. It's just like, if you're gonna go the character, don't go 65% into the character. Go 100. And I felt like Jimbo was at 65 with the character. I thought the jokes were funny. I thought the impersonation of Joan Rivers was very entertaining. But there were certain things that another person did that edged it out for me personally. But I do think Jimbo did a great job.
Yeah, I want to say I see what you're saying, but I don't really. Like, I thought it was very similar to her Snatch game. And since that was such a success, for me, this was also a success. It was the one that I consistently laughed the most throughout. So the jokes were landing consistently for me. I think the only one that kind of threw me off was when she made the joke about, like, she has to let Kandy smell her hand, because it seemed so similar to one of her Snatch game jokes about smell my hand.
Smell my goddamn fingers.
Yes.
I can't do Joan Rivers.
So I was a little confused, and I'm like, oh, she's calling her dog, basically. But other than that, like, I was eating out of her hand throughout her whole set. I thought it was so funny. Like, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, Jimbo did a great job. She was one of the best of the night for sure. I mean, overall, no one really did bad. Like, no one bombed. But
No
she
one
was
did bad.
clearly, but she was clearly like one of the best of the night. I think her going to a character was a smart idea. You know, people online are like, why does she have to do a character? Well, at least she can play several different characters, and some queens on this season can't even play one. But
you know who can play several characters and do them very successfully?
Mother
Speaking of Joan.
Speaking of Joan.
Let's go, Joan.
But yeah, her jokes were funny. All of them landed. Yeah, I think she did good. I think she was great.
I'm gonna hold my opinions on the roast as a collective whole until the end. I'll just say that.
That'll save us some time.
My critique for everyone is the same, so I'm just gonna wait.
Okay. Well, since I jumped to the end, let's just jump back to the beginning. Alexis Michelle, I thought Alexis did significantly better than I expected her to, if I'm honest. She was in the bottom for the roast on season 9, so I was a little nervous going into this. I do think she did a good job. I think of the 4, she was the worst. Unfortunately, but she had a couple of really, really good jokes in there. My favorite from Alexis was Carson, you have such book titles like, does this make my ass look big? No, honey, nothing will ever make that look big.
Oh, I thought you were going to do the one where she was like, no one wants to see you naked or something like that.
That too. Like, I thought her Carson reads were very strong. And I thought everything else was a little bit less strong. I did like the Michelle beard cover joke. That's new. That's different. We've never heard anyone tell that joke. So I was like, okay, cool, a new joke.
We've heard the Michelle is a man jokes.
Yes, but we've never had the beard cover joke. So I'm diversifying it because then someone else later does literally jokes from the season 13 roast.
Well, for me, I think that Alexis at times, especially in the first half of her set, she probably had the lowest lows of anybody. Mm-hmm. They were not uncomfortably low like we've seen before. They weren't like Utica or Pheromone level. But I do think her highs were higher than somebody else. So I think she started off kind of like about here, and it just gradually went up, and she ended up like right about here. So my finger, for people who were just listening, my finger just was gradually going up. But yeah, I thought she had good upward trajectory. So I didn't think she was that bad.
I agree. I thought, again, no one did bad. I thought she was good. She was okay. Definitely bottom two of the night. For me, I wouldn't say she was the worst, but definitely out of the four, she was in the bottom of the barrel. The thing with Alexis is that I don't really remember any of her jokes. Like her jokes were fine, but like after like 2 3 days of thinking about it, like I can't really remember any of her jokes. So that is like the only issue. Like it's not memorable. Her jokes weren't memorable. Like they were funny, they weren't out of breath funny. They were just funny.
Sure. Sure. Let's talk about Jessica Wilde, because I think Jessica should have won this challenge. For me, everything came together in such a perfect way for Jessica's. And again, I do think Jimbo did a great job, and I think either one of them could have won and it would have been fine. For me, I just think Jessica, the goal of the Carson Kressley roast, if that is the challenge that is being given to these queens, I think Jessica did the best job at reading Carson. I thought she had the whole charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent joke, which was one of the funniest things I've heard in a Drag Race roast. And talent, because he has to convince us that he has talent. Like, I just thought the object of Carson Kressley roast, I think Jessica did the best. I don't think the rest of her reads were nearly as strong. I will say that. But of the Carson Kressley reads, I think hers were the best for me.
I see what you're saying. I think Jessica was very consistently funny. I laughed a lot at hers. And we saw in the rehearsal, her going over that charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent joke. And it was just so wordy, and it was just a lot to get. And she significantly improved it. For me, that was her least successful joke. It still just didn't land for me completely, but it wasn't a bomb of a joke. It just was like one of those, not like a laugh out loud thing. But other than that, I thought she was consistently very funny. And she's just got such a natural charisma. So she can deliver things, even if they weren't the funniest, then I would still probably laugh. But she actually was funny. So just that double whammy really worked in her favor. So, and I thought she looked great. So, yeah, I mean, would I have been mad if Jessica won? No, not at all, because I love Jessica. And Jimbo has plenty of wins, so it would have been nice to see it spread a little bit. Personally, I thought Jimbo was funny more consistently, and I actually did like Jimbo's reads, especially comparing him to Ellen DeGeneres, and then switch that on its head, and it was Tilda Swinton. I thought that was funny, but both were great. Good.
Yeah, Jessica was definitely in the top two of the night. She did a great job as well. Her jokes were funny. I was just about to say what you said, David. Her natural charisma really helps. And just her accent helps too. Cause like even if some of her jokes weren't funny, the way how she delivers it and her natural charisma put together just makes it funny. Like she can say anything and you literally just laugh because that's how she is. So I think she could have possibly won. I feel like it was close between her and Jimbo. But I mean, I guess you can say the runway kind of broke it.
I was gonna say, I think the reason she didn't win was largely because of the runway, and we'll talk about it. But
yeah, but she was great. Great job for Jessica.
I think now that I'm thinking about it again, I think my favorite joke of the night was Carson's drag name should be Sparky Visage in honor of his two favorite animals.
That was very funny.
That was so funny to me. And then you had the nerve to compete in Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, Jessica.
And the picture's right there too. That works.
Literally, the photo's right there. Oh. Yeah, no, I was thoroughly entertained by Miss Jessica Wilde in this roast. And yeah, let's talk about someone that I was not entertained by in this roast, and that's Kandy Muse. Stealing Gottmix jokes. I'm sorry. Like, that annoyed me.
I didn't notice.
Oh, so it was talking about Michelle's hit song.
Oh,
And
yeah.
speaking of hit song, hey RuPaul, like that's no. Everything Kandy said was funny, but we've heard it all before. That was the issue. It's like nothing felt unique for what Kandy did. And it's such a gag to me because Kandy won her roast in season 13, and rightfully so, in my opinion. I think Kandy won. I don't think there was anyone else. I think the only person that was as good as Kandy in that roast was Gottmik.
Rosé?
I thought Rosé was good. I don't think Rosé was great in that roast, but that's just me.
Also, sorry for dipping out for a moment there. My phone overheated.
You're good.
It's all good. Yeah. Well, did you have other things to say?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll pop in here.
Okay. Yeah, for me, Kandy kind of showed similarities to her first roast. And what I've noticed that she likes to do is basically take jokes that she might have learned from like your mama jokes, and like your mama's so old or whatever, and flip those and then basically give that same type of delivery. And I'm like, yeah, those jokes were funny to me when I was 10. Are they funny now? No. Like they're like slight chuckle sympathy laugh. But for me, she was the one I was talking about when I thought Alexis's lows may have been lower than Kandy, but Kandy, her highs were not as high as any of the other three. So I think there was a very strong case that Kandy could have left this episode if people were judging off of the challenge, not necessarily off of what the judges' critiques were, because they seem to really like Kandy. So I don't know, but for me, she could have gone home easily.
I think the one really successful joke for me from Kandy was the only person that cries more than Alexis Michelle is Ginger Minge at the buffet when the crab legs are finished. But then I'm like, why are we even bringing up Ginger Minge? Like, it would have been more funny had you said Darienne Lake,
right,
or Mrs. Kasha Davis, or I don't know, like it just like why are we bringing up Ginger Minge? And even then, like that joke for me wasn't all that successful.
Yeah, Miss Muse. For me, she was the most underwhelming of the night. Some of her jokes just felt like regurgitated things that I heard before, like that Ginger Minge joke. Like we haven't really heard it before, but it's like it's a fat joke, and it's like,
woo, a fat joke.
Okay, like, we heard multiple fat jokes before, so it's like, okay.
I'm so sick of plus size queens not being able to be anything more than their size. That is
Agreed.
all.
Agreed.
I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And then even like there was one joke that she made when the audience was like, ooh, and then she was all like, it's a roast. Like some of her jokes probably, because I think they did it for like 5 minutes, so most of them probably went too far. Like some of her jokes, instead of it being like a joke, like she made it go too far, and it just seemed like she was insulting most of the times. So that was really a turn off for me. I didn't really laugh. Like,
what did we think of the ketamine and equestrian joke?
I didn't get that. My roommate had to explain that I guess ketamine is a horse tranquilizer.
Ketamine is horse
yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I was immediately thinking of ketamine, and I'm probably so stupid from that. But I was thinking of the winner of Down Under.
That is the reference that Keita makes with her drag name. Yeah, so ketamine is a horse tranquilizer and often very used as a party drug within the homosexuals. I don't know why, but
They seem to love that joke though. Like RuPaul lost her mind.
I enjoyed that joke. I thought it was really funny.
I got it. I didn't think it was funny.
I didn't.
Who
mind
was it that called somebody, basically compared somebody's face to a horse?
Jessica.
Was that it? Okay, that was one of my favorite jokes.
I believe it was Jessica, yeah. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it more, and like I literally have the roast in front of me, I'm watching it because I needed to remember things. Now that I'm watching it back, I do actually think Kandy was the worst. But okay, Brook.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I honestly think this was probably the worst challenge of the season. I did not get a singular laugh from any queen. I got a couple of chuckles here and there. Now, granted, it is harder to make me laugh during a comedy challenge. We have established that. However, the only person I thought was even remotely funny was Jessica, and I do agree. I think she should have won the challenge. The only joke that I really liked from her was the Dancing with the Stars joke, which I thought was funny as hell. But I didn't laugh at it because, again, I was kind of expecting it at that point. I didn't like Jimbo's Joan Rivers anything. I didn't think it was funny. I think it kind of fell flat for me. I thought Kandy regurgitated a lot of her lines from season 13, and I think that she kind of missed the point of what a roast was, and I think Alexis Michelle was just kind of there.
Have you seen Jimbo's Snatch Game of Joan Rivers?
Yes.
And what did you think of that?
Meh.
Choices. Okay.
It's just not for me. Like, and again, I've established a lot before that a lot of Jimbo's comedy for me does not land. Okay. I just don't find Jimbo particularly funny most of the time.
Do you think you're open to being amused by Jimbo, or do you think that you kind of shut yourself off? Serious
I have been
question.
amused by Jimbo before. There have been times this season where I've enjoyed Jimbo. I thought Jimbo was funny in the commercial challenge, like the trailers. I thought Jimbo did good in that. I thought she was good in whatever the Saturday Night Live parody was called. I forget the name. But I thought she was good in that. I don't think she should have won that challenge. Yeah, that. I don't think she should have won that challenge, but I think she was fine. I think she was definitely a high in that challenge for me. It's just sometimes Jimbo is fun and funny, and a lot of the time for me she's not. So I don't know. And honestly, again, outside of a very select group of queens, most of the so-called comedy queens, some of them make me laugh, some of them don't, and that's just the way it is. I feel like with everybody, and they've talked about this on America's Got Talent before, but like comedy is the hardest thing to do because you have to reach as many people as you possibly can, and there will inevitably be people you don't reach,
Yeah, I think that's interesting. And maybe it's because Jimbo and I are very similar in age, but I think that when I see her comedy, it seems very similar to like the eras of SNL from when I was young. Like I would say like mid 90s to mid 2000s. And I would be shocked if she didn't watch SNL because she just has such a quick comedic timing, similar to a lot of my favorites, like a Sherry O'Terry or a Molly Shannon, even a bit like Kristen Wiig. So I don't know, something about her humor probably hits me more than honestly maybe anybody else ever from Drag Race. Like it's so successful for me, and that's why I really love Jimbo. Like there's so many great comedic queens that I've seen throughout the show over the years, but Jimbo just consistently, she's never flopped when it comes to comedy for me.
And that's just a difference of opinion, which I love. So
exactly.
Let's talk about the runway. Category is Snow Bunny. What that means, who knows?
Who knows?
My roommate said it's basically like a slutty girl at the skis.
A Snow Bunny is a slutty girl in like winter situation.
Okay.
So like there was only one person for me that did Snow Bunny properly. Then again, we don't know if Snow Bunny was the exact category that they were given, but given someone's outfit specifically, I do actually think they were given the brief of Snow Bunny, and we'll talk about it. And it's not even one of the top 4. It's one of the Fame Game girls.
Oh, okay.
So
iconic.
Yeah.
my favorite look and the look that I'm most intrigued by are actually both Fame Game girls. So
yeah,
that's very
at
fair.
Roscoe's, they kind of said that the brief was like Snow Bunny, and then next to it was like Ice Queen, and different winter words and stuff like that.
yeah, which informs a lot of these looks actually.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna be as harsh on the brief. I'm just gonna say ice, snow, situation, eleganza, extravaganza. That's what
Miami summer realness.
Literally. And first up is Alexis Michelle. I thought this was one of the best things Alexis has worn on Drag Race, and I think she looked wonderful. And you know what? If she was going to go home this episode, at least she went home looking fantastic, in my opinion. I really enjoy the color of this on Alexis, and I love the lavender hair with it as well. I wish that the neck piece was maybe a different fabric. I don't know if that like gray blue crushed velvet works necessarily for it. I get it that it's mimicking, the tail and the bag, so I understand why it's there. I just maybe wish it was something a little bit different. But overall, I really enjoy this look.
Yeah, I do too. I'll go ahead and say this is my favorite of the 4 that are still in the game. I really like this. At first, I was like, why does she have a tail? And then I realized, oh, it's like the tail of her hat. It's just like so big in drag, which I love to see that. But I thought it was great color for her. Everything was extra. Even her makeup, like even the little freckles, I thought everything was really good. I like this hair a lot on her. It was a success. I approve. Great job, Kandy. I mean, Alexis, sorry.
This is not Kandy Muse. We will talk at length.
Don't you dare.
Yes, you will not be hearing me say great job.
Dare you?
Nah, but this look, I like it. I love the color. I love the velvet fabric. The hair color goes with it perfectly. Even her pearls and her little bag, I love it a lot. I kind of agree, Logan. The neck piece probably could have been fur or something. Some white fur would have been nice, maybe. But overall, I'm not mad at her choice of what she did with the neck piece. It still looks good. It doesn't diminish the look in any way. So I think she did a good job.
It's good.
Work.
Y'all pretty much said everything else. Like it's good. It's a good look. I like the hair. I like the bag. I do appreciate a good duffel. Right. But it's good. Y'all said everything that needed to be said.
Scores starting with Brook.
I would ironically give this a 32 because it's below freezing, but because I'm actually gonna score legit, I'm gonna say it is a sensible 84.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll give her an 85. Yeah.
I gave this a 77.
I'm gonna give it an 82. Why? Who knows?
I like that since I've joined the panel, I've seen a lot more breaking off of doing multiples of 5 because that used to be all you all did.
100%. That's what we did for the longest time. So.
Unless we made 69, 74 jokes.
Right. And 96.
And 96.
96.
Next is Jessica Wilde.
Yeah.
We'll start with Brook.
Awesome. Lit. Okay. I actually really like this. I know it's like kind of a bodysuit, but it feels like more than a bodysuit. I don't know why. Maybe it's the cape. I like the cape robe. I can't really tell from this picture. I don't remember specifically. I think it's a robe, but it's kind of cape-ish. I like the snowflake detailing on the bottom. I love the fur-lined hood at the top. I think it really adds to the look. And I really love her hair, and I love her makeup. I love this look, like from head to toe. There you go.
I like it. It's just a little bit off the rack, I would kind of say. Yeah, like the coat is cute. The coat is fine, but the bodysuit itself is just kind of off the rack. Her makeup is nice. I love the blue lip. I love her hair. But yeah, it's just a little bit underwhelming overall, I would say.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I don't know if I would use the word underwhelming, because I do think it's a cute look. She looks great. Like if I saw this in Denver, like at the ski lodge, I'd be like, okay, girl, work. For Drag Race, it's not super drag. It's a little bit, I don't know, expected, but it still is cute overall. So I'm not going to hate on it. It's good.
The word I would use is simple, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean like she took the brief very literally, and that's not a bad thing necessarily. I wish there was a little bit more va-va-voom with it. Like it's very she looked great. Jessica always looks great, except for that one time she didn't. But like I really do enjoy this look on Jessica. I think she looks fantastic. This is giving me the drag queens that host those YouTube videos when people do coverage of Aspen Gay Ski Week. Like that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like YouTube video look. I'm seeing like tip around look at the Aspen drag show that's happening during Aspen Gay Ski Week. Like that's what I'm seeing. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just on the main stage of Drag Race, I would have liked something a little bit better. But that's just me and my opinion.
Yeah. It kind of feels like this was maybe like on the list of looks they got. It feels like this might have been one of the lower priority ones. So.
No.
Which is okay. You got to prioritize.
I mean, for me, she looks great. I do love the fur trims as well. I think that's really fun. But, you know, overall, I think this is a successful look. Yeah. Scores.
You would start, Logan.
No, it's you're starting.
Oh, am I still starting? Okay, cool. I don't know. I like it a lot. Sure, it might be simple. It's fine. I'll give this an 84 too.
Yeah, I just want to say her shape was great. Like I love her shape in this look. With that being said, it's a 60.
Okay, I gave her a 69.
Nice.
I am. I'm gonna give her a 75.
Fair.
That's where I'm at. So next up, Kandy Muse.
Good night.
Hey, Logan, do you have your chopsticks prepared?
I think I do actually.
Thank you so much. That's all.
No.
Me? You? Who?
This is bad. This is bad. I'm gonna just say it. This is bad. This is one of the worst things I've seen on a Drag Race stage in a very long time. Why are none of the pieces in your 3-piece connecting? They're all connected by chains, but you can't see the chains because the chains aren't big enough for you to see them. So ultimately, it looks like shapes that you cut out and put on your body made out of construction paper.
It's a garment.
Oh, that doesn't fit. A wig. The wig is cute. I like the The goggles in the hair, I think that's fine, and her makeup is always great. Otherwise, no.
Get a comment on the boot.
No. I would rather not. I would rather forget that the boot exists, which is why it's basically cropped out of this photo.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I mean, maybe not. I don't think I'm as harsh on it, but it wasn't a success. Sure, if we were going for like slutty girl at the slopes, sure, she probably did it better than any of the other three girls. But I don't know. It just was kind of a mess for me. I really liked her face though. I thought she had good makeup. Some of the best makeup. Even her face, like as she walked down the runway, was probably some of the best selling I've seen from her. But yeah, it was so simple. And the back, like when she turned around, it was like her butt part was not covered. It's like, okay,
again,
what happened to the panties? Like they didn't go all the way around. They like stop at the taint, and then there's just no cloth behind there.
It literally looks like tucked. Like it looks like tucking tape.
Yeah,
Just give it tight, Cor.
I don't get it.
Let's start with the positive. Her face is always beat. Her face is always beat. Now, one. Basically, we're getting that it's basically a winter theme. Why are you half naked? It's cold. Like, what?
Because
no.
she's Kandy Muse.
Absolutely not. Two, somehow her season 13 looks are somewhat better than her All-Stars package, and those were already bad as is.
I completely agree.
Third, the same silhouette again. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of seeing her legs. 4, these tights
ripped.
Her tights have been good all season, though. That's what gags me. Is like her tights have been good all season.
When she wore them,
I can't.
Which is most of the time.
True. I'm being shady.
She's good about color matching. I don't understand this.
I just can't. What I will say, the rhinestones were cute, but that wasn't enough to save this. Like, this is...
Lana!
It's Lana.
Just in time.
Just in time.
Just in time. You and I will be tag teaming tonight.
Oh, I'm
this, like... Brook, go ahead. Just go, because I'm tired. Like,
Fair enough. Logan, get the chopsticks, please.
Period.
Not only is this probably my least favorite Kandy runway this season, this might be my least favorite runway the entire season period. I think
I'm sorry. I love Mrs. Kasha Davis dearly, but that design challenge look was worse than this.
Oh yeah, okay, too.
The Ruby fans. The Ruby
game winner.
Okay, let me.
Oh, the Ruby fans. Oh no, I forgot about that.
Let me correct
the
myself.
Billie Eilish.
Allow me to. Okay, one, that Billie Eilish should look 8 down. Secondly,
okay, we know.
Okay, regardless. Secondly, allow me to correct myself. This is my least favorite brought from home look this season. Even the Ruby fans look.
Okay.
At least it was creative.
I can justify that. Sure.
Yeah, with this, right? Everything you all have said, I agree with, except for one thing. Logan said you like the hair. I really hate the hair. I don't think it goes with this look at all.
I think the hair is fine, just not with this look.
Yeah, again, well, I mean, sure, like it's a
the hair wig
wig.
is great. I just don't want it here.
It doesn't make sense. Like to me, like why would you have this big poofy curly wig in wintertime? Why would you take that effort into your hair in winter?
Honestly, I would love this with a Sasha Colby ponytail.
Yes, that would be perfect.
Wait, you would love this with a Sasha? Colby
I wouldn't
Pony.
love the look, but I would love the like. I think this would be better with a Sasha Colby ponytail.
Okay.
The only thing
I wouldn't love this regardless.
Okay, that's
Sorry, Brooke. Go ahead.
I will be honest. The only thing and I know this is not going to be a popular take. I really do like the moon boot, but that's just me. I don't know. I get tired of the idea that they only are allowed to wear heels. I do like it sometimes when they mix it up and take risks. Now, does that save this atrocious ass runway? No. But is it at least something different? Sure. So, yay.
Go ahead, Lana.
She's saying it. She's saying it right now.
Hello, everybody. I am Lana, your resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. Here's the tea on this outfit. This is atrocious. This is bad, and not because it's just the same silhouette and the same things that we've seen from Kandy most of this season. So I am myself a plus-sized girl. Plus-sized girlies, we know what we know, what we know. And we know we can wear whatever we want, but we know whatever we wear got to make us look flattering and good in it. Like, I don't blame big girls for putting on little clothes because you can do that, mama. You can show off all that body and do that. But when you do, you make it flattering for yourself. This is not flattering for Kandy. Why are we having 3 pieces to a supposed to be a 2-piece? Like, that disconnect in the middle is so distracting and so bad that it's like, why are we doing this to ourselves? Like, it doesn't make her look any better. It doesn't create the shape that she can create with her body. Her body's gorgeous. It's just, this isn't flattering because this is just giving me SpongeBob, very square, like it's just not. And then I don't like the hair. I don't like the boots. I don't like the coat. I don't like anything about this look because it's just not flattering. It just doesn't make her look good. And that's the problem I'm having with this outfit. It just doesn't make her look good. Like, it looks like it's crunching up in the crotch area. Like, it's so tight. Like, it's too small. It's like it's crunching up in the crotch area. And she was pulling that for dear life to get it as close to that middle section as she possibly could. And it looks a mess. Like, Kandy, girl, you could do way better than this. You have done better than this. And
we love Kandy, but
another low priority outfit.
This is a very low priority. Like, Kandy came and was like, I have some looks that's going to be great or that's going to be decent. And then some looks that, as long as I'm safe, as long as it keeps me safe. And I don't know about nobody else, but this look should not keep nobody safe at all. It's not cute. It's bad all the way around. Choppiana, chop the entire way through. Like, there is no redeeming qualities to this look. There is no redeeming qualities. Not the boots, not the hair, not the tights, not the makeup. Everything is bad because it looks that bad. You cannot redeem this.
Fair.
Wait, do we have our first ever group collective broken cup? Because that's what it sounds like.
David never gives broken cup.
Because David won't.
David is always excluded from group whatever.
No, because I do plan to score this look personally. But on that note, scores, Brooke.
Broken cup? I feel like it's obvious.
I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
It's a pleat, it's a broken cup, it's a missing cup, it's a whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. It's a missing cup.
The missing cup.
The cup
Where did I
missing.
Where did I place that
logo out
cup?
of the corner. It's a missing cup.
I went to the cupboard to find the cup to pour out some juice, and I couldn't find the cup. The cup is missing.
You had to drink it straight out of the carton. That's so sad.
Right.
Like I said, I didn't hate it as much as everybody else. It's a 35 for me. So you're welcome, Kandy.
I had to go get a gauze because my cup is so broken it cut me, and I am bleeding profusely. I need several stitches because that cup has sliced my whole hand. How bad it is! So I had to get a gauze, and I'll be on my way to the hospital to get stitches for this broken cup. Because
super.
I will be
Smart.
because baby.
I can't give you a 0, Kandy. So I'll give you a 1.
One.
Period.
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 Mm.
This is, I believe.
Lana, would you like to give your thoughts on the other 2 looks that we've already talked about?
It's Alexis and Jessica.
Sure.
Alexis Michelle.
I don't hate it. I want more, but I don't hate it because I feel like it's simple. I love the neckline. I like the the neck part of the whole thing. I think her makeup looks great. I don't hate it. I'm just not wild by it. So I would give it like a 62.
Oh,
I'm not wild.
We all love this look.
yeah, we like that.
I mean, it's a beautiful color. Beautiful color.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's just. I mean,
Yes.
you're at the end. This is the finale. Like close to the finale. Like, give me more. I love the bag though.
And then Jessica Wilde.
I like this. I kind of really like this. I think I came in and saw this up on the screen when I came in. I kind of like this. I feel like the jacket is doing what needs to be done. I feel like the blue bodysuit is kind of plain, simple, basic, but I do like it. I think the makeup is cute. I would give it a 64 because I liked it a little bit better.
And then last of our 4 is Jimbo.
And the theme was winter, right?
It was Snow Bunny, Ice Queen. The category itself was called Snow Bunny, but the brief was Snow, Ice Queen, Frozen,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think so.
Mhm.
I'm kind of confused.
I
And
mean,
Bad way. I don't hate it.
mhm.
Right. It's one of those, like, I like the look. I think it looks really cool. I always love a good feather moment, you know. Like, I'm a Joey J premiere defender, like, you know, all that, right? But like, I'm Joey J. Yeah, I'm sorry. But I don't know. I didn't really get winter. I know it's white, but like, I don't know. It was giving me like something else. I'm not saying it's out of the category. Like, I can definitely see how other people would. It's just, for me, it's giving me like birds of a feather flock together as a runway and not really winter. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I love the makeup. I think the makeup looks really cool. I love the wig, hairpiece, whatever. That's like the most winter part, but like
Hair
the
wig.
frozen hair. Also, frozen hair is giving interesting angular movement. But you know, regardless, I really like this look. I just don't love it for the category, but I could understand if other people do.
Go ahead, Mr. Townsend.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this look is fine. Like, it doesn't really give her shape. Like, the feathers are just placed there. Like, I want a little bit of shape. The wig is nice. Like, it's not. Yeah, it's just fine. It's just fine.
Well, I think it was better than just fine. And I did see a shape. When she's walking down the runway, you can clearly see the silhouette, and then the feathers
I
are
was going to say
protruding
as
out.
well, there is a silhouette there. It's just this photo is not the most flattering photo, but it was kind of the only full body photo that I could
That's
pull.
fair. Yeah, but there was a clear shape. I thought it was very interesting. Maybe it's the power of suggestion because I knew what the theme was. It worked for me for winter. I think that had a lot to do with her hair and makeup kind of having a frozen effect to it. If I had not known what the theme was, yeah, I probably wouldn't have guessed winter. But overall, I thought it was a pretty unique look, and I always like it when a queen can think outside of the box. It's not my favorite of the night, but I still really enjoyed this from Jimbo.
I mean, it looks like it could be snowflakes. It looks like it could be, you know, ice, like I guess frozen snow,
Icicles.
icicles, frozen snow. I mean, I wouldn't think this is the theme from first glance. Like if she walked out and I didn't know what the theme was, I'd be like, oh, it's like a feather theme, or, like Brooke said, birds. I would think more, a bird of some sort. I don't know,
Kind of gave me
but
dandelion.
oh yeah, or a flower, or like you can blow it in those white flowers you blow in those things. Yeah, I can see that. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm just kind of mad, and I feel like I'm this way with everybody. And so far on this runway, I think this runway kind of was just okay. It
Yeah,
wasn't
not the best.
anything. It wasn't the best runway. It wasn't like somebody just outshined the rest. I feel like every look was except Candy's. Candy's was absolutely the worst look on this runway, but I feel like everybody else was kind of just like middle ground. It was okay. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't. This look was okay. I feel like Miss Sally. It was okay. It was fine. It was perfectly fine. The reference is almost there. Like, give me a little bit more theme. I think she missed the theme a little bit.
I actually really like this look. I think I agree with you, David. Power of suggestion. I kind of get, if I didn't know the category was snow bunny, I would say that the category was probably feathers, which I mean, sure, and I do take that into consideration. With that being said, I think it's a good look. I like that the feathers kind of look like icicles, and I think that was maybe the intention with it. It's not my favorite thing Jimbo has ever worn. It's not my least favorite thing Jimbo has ever worn. So I'm kind of like, I'm very in the middle with this look. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Scores, Brooke?
This is tough because I like it. I think the category thing is a bit of a hang up for me. I think a sensible 74 will do.
I'm trying to think if I like this better than I like Jessica's.
Mm-hmm.
David, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I'm actually very close to Brooke. I gave this a 75.
I think I'm with Mr. Talented. I'm trying to decide if I like it better or worse than Jessica Wiles. And I think I might like Jessica's a tad bit better, but I'm not sure. What did I give Jessica? A
64.
64.
And Alexis a 62.
Yeah, I would say she's a 63. She's right in the middle of that because I think I like Jimbo just a smidge less than I like Jessica's, but none of them wowed me.
I'm gonna give this a 70.
I'll give her a 55.
Okay.
And now we have 7 Fame Games looks to look at.
Oh, jeez.
Some good ones. Some
actually pretty damn good looks. So we're gonna start with Miss Monica Beverly Hillz. What you cannot see in this photo because it is very overexposed is it is actually 3 colors. It's blue, white, and pink. So it's trans flag color.
I didn't even pick up on that.
That's actually not a bad look. This is the first time for Monica Beverly Hillz in this Fame game that I'm like, I kind of actually like this look from you.
Of all 11 looks that were shown for this runway, this is my favorite.
Oh.
This it's Snow Bunny for me perfectly.
It's definitely Snow Bunny, but okay.
I love
If we're
Would you-
going off a snow bunny as the category, it is my favorite.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
I can't tell because when I was watching the Fame Games looks, I kind of sped through them as fast as I could because I was busy. Is it knit? It looks kind of knit, like almost like it's got like crocheted.
It's not. It's that like quilted, pleated fabric. Do you remember what Monet Exchange had for the season 10, the red look when she did Pound the Alarm?
Yes.
It's a similar fabric.
Okay, so it's kind of like
I will
woven,
never forget that.
not like
Never.
No,
Not-
it's not woven. It's like a pleated quilt fabric.
Oh, okay, got you. Also, I can also never forget that lip sync, top 5 of all time for me.
Yeah.
Regardless, I love a good trans flag moment, and I also love Monica having a good runway. So,
it's cute. The colors are lovely. I love her makeup and her wig. I just didn't like how the chops looked. I just didn't like how the chops looked. But it's cute.
Yeah, that's fair. The chaps, like, I hardly even notice those. But for me, Monica's been so like in that like small like plane of good but nothing great. Like it's like
Spectacular.
almost all of her looks have been like in the 40s for me.
Yeah.
This for me, I think, is a big step up from most of her looks. I thought it was cute. I was a little surprised when she came out. Maybe it was just because I had low expectations for her. I don't know, but I thought she's cute. Like, still not the most amazing thing, but very good.
Cool.
It was good. I liked it.
Cool.
Scores quickly.
84.
I would give it an 80.
I gave this a 64.
I'll give her an 80.
Party. And now someone has to leave us. So bye.
I do. I have a comp to go do to
I
try to
know.
get back in the game that they
As
just
you
evicted
should.
me of.
You can do it. I believe in you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. And Brooke from the Beyond is giving this a 64.
I'm back, bitch.
Just kidding. Plot twist.
64.
Look at us on the same page.
It's rare, but David, when it happens, it happens.
It does.
Let's just go really quickly through the rest of them. I guess we can give comments and things like that. But Naysha Lopez, I want to start because I want to say exactly, quote unquote, what she said in her confessional while she was walking this runway. She goes, "I am serving you, ice queen goddess. I am dripping in ice. I am freezing." Girl, just say you gave up.
Chopsticks, please.
I don't think it's that
Ooh.
level. It's just like you could tell Naysha did not give a single fuck when giving these confessionals anymore. With that being said, I think the look is cute. I don't think it's necessarily ice, or queen or goddess, but I think she looks fine. 65.
Yeah, I actually kind of like this, especially the headpiece and the like strands of hair that were like kind of icicles. Like I thought that was pretty cool. So I was super fixated on the top part. Looking back at this picture now, I'm not liking the bodysuit, the nude illusion, if that's what it is, and just kind of the silver tinsel. So I'm looking at my score and I'm like, why did I give it such a high score? But I feel like committing. Even if I'm wrong. And I'm going to go off of what my gut was when I watched this. I gave it a 79.
Okay.
This doesn't give Ice anything. Like, you're saying Ice Queen, no. The tinsel could have been, like, the ice the ice. I don't even know what you call those, but like y'all know what I'm talking about, like the ice thing, the frozen ice. It could have been frozen ice. Like I just feel like this was such a yes, stalactites and
Frozen
stalagmites.
ice
Yeah.
Well,
is not
they're
all ice
they're
frozen.
not inherently, but they can be.
I just feel like it was a cop out. She said Ice Queen. No, more like grandchild of the Ice Queen. Like this. No, like it's like it's a plead. Honestly, I can't justify it. Like I honestly can't. I can't.
Okay, so the headpiece is giving me like a silver version of the Viserys Targaryen death scene from Game of Thrones, if anyone has seen that. If you haven't, the show's been out for 13 years. It's not a spoiler anymore. So there's that. Secondly, I'm completely with Mr. Talented on this one. I think this look is really fucking bad. Another bad look in a chain of bad looks from Naysha Lopez in the Fame Games, outside of her one look that I really enjoyed, which was her shady look with the sunglasses. That look was great. But everything else I have completely not bought into. I'm also not getting Snow Queen. I'm getting like resurrected zombie with a head cold. And like lame plead.
Mrs. Kasha Davis, why are you wearing an Ugg boot on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 8?
Don't say it. Don't say it. The bit is dead. Let the bit die.
I want to plead so bad. I'm not going to because the look is actually really good, but I'm not going to. I want to plead. I think this is a more successful look from Mrs. Kasha Davis. I'm happy that we are finally getting away from the grandma aesthetic. I don't think this is the best thing I've ever seen by any means of the imagination, but yellow snow is a cute concept, and I think that's fine. 62.
62. Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was kind of more on the expected path. Like, honestly, this is something I could have seen from Monica. So for me, this is kind of usurping that range that Monica's usually in for me. It's not terrible, but it's not that good. So for me, it's a 41.
Nothing of this look goes together. Like nothing is cohesive. It feels like all three should have been separate. What color is this show again?
It's silver.
Yeah, no. And she's referencing P.
It's yellow snow.
Yeah, but my thing is P should not be this yellow.
No.
It's giving venereal disease.
No, it shouldn't, but sometimes it
clear
is.
Cheer.
It kind of reminds me of like the lemon snow cone monsters.
It should not.
Aquarius P would never.
No, this is
David.
She's what's it? If you peek clear cheer.
Oh my
god. I'm gonna plead on this because I can't. No, like there's.
Oh, that joke.
Ooh. This is your Fame Games winner, Brook?
Yeah.
For me, I like the look. Again, I don't have as much problem with people wearing non-heel related items on the runway for shoes as others on the panel have eliminated.
I don't either. This is an Ugg boot.
It's kind of like wearing a Club Kid boot.
An Ugg boot.
It's like wearing a Club Kid boot on.
This is not cute.
I get it.
I think it's not a bodysuit.
I understand your position. Okay. For me, it's cute, it's whimsical, but it's different for her. It's not like old lady whimsical, which is kind of like normally her brand, even though I love it. I don't care. I don't know. After this runway, though, I am highly considering voting for somebody else for Fame Games, not because she.
You should have bended that. You should have bended that.
Hey,
that shit
I
is gonna have to come to the second to last episode, the third to last episode. You should have been.
I have been firm the entire season that I am not voting on package as my only thing, and I am not going to stop doing it now. But we'll see where this goes. Regardless, I think the look is cute. I don't think it's like newsworthy or anything, but it's fine. 49.
Darienne Lake. Now she did Snow. But
My innocent self did not get this at first until my roommate
you
explained
didn't get
it to me.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, Mr. Talented, I know for a fact you didn't get it.
Not at
Okay.
all.
This is cocaine.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
a razor in her head.
So the
splitting.
jacket is covered in razors, and then there is a credit card on her
A
head.
credit card.
Because I don't know this from experience, but those two things are used in the process of doing the cocaine.
Have y'all never watched like a crime show or like anything where you have seen cocaine used on TV?
I absolutely have.
Yeah, they line it up with the razor. With the razor.
We're not explaining the whole process on the podcast anyway.
It just didn't pop out at me automatically. So
Oh, I got it immediately. I really enjoy this. I think my only issue is the fact that the dress underneath the jacket is shapeless. There is no shape happening, but the concept is so good for me. I will ding it because the dress is shapeless, but I do like the fabric in it, and I think Darienne looks good. I'm going to still say Darienne Lake is my Fame Games winner currently, despite this look. For me, I'm going to give Darienne a 75.
mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, my score was brought up quite a bit by the concept once I understood it, because the look by itself, like, it didn't do anything for me. But I do think she's a smart queen, and the fact that she even got away with doing this, props to her. I think she's improved a lot since the first quarter of the show where she was actually in the show. She's stepping it up, so I gave this a 71.
I'll give her 70.
I really like this. And it's not that her clothes are ugly, it's just that she's misshapen.
She was misshapen.
Yeah. Also, is there a drag queen named Misshapen? That needs to be a thing.
Probably.
Probably. Regardless, I really love this look. It's giving me what is that show? It's giving me Russian Doll realness. So I'm gonna give it 79.
Cool. Jaymes Mansfield making a reference to the Chronicles of Narnia. I thought this was cute. I thought this was good. I'm not overwhelmed by this look by any means of the imagination, but I do think this is an incredibly solid look. Again, Jaymes doing different makeup. I'm really impressed with the diversity of makeup applications that Jaymes has given us throughout this whole season. I think that's really, really, really great. I'm going to give, you know what? I'm going to give Jaymes a 90. I think this is really good.
Okay. Yeah, anytime Jaymes does something different from what we usually get from her, she gets bonus points from me. So she gets bonus points for this look, for it being a bit different. Is it great? No, but it's certainly passable. Like you all know, I don't like a nude. Nudes never quite work for me, and it did not work on this. Her makeup's a little jarring for me, like the lip just being so pale, but not pale enough that you immediately get iced. But still, it was something interesting. So I gave her a 67.
The bottom half of the look, I love. I wish you would have kept that same design for the top half of the look, because the top half of the look is not it. The hair is fine. The makeup, no.
Really?
Absolutely. No.
Have you seen Chronicles of Narnia?
No, but
then I
That's still-
understand. It's a direct reference to the movie. I get where you don't like it. For me, it goes with the whole situation, and it's kind of a direct copy of that. So that's
Yep.
I get what you're saying. I just context.
It's a movie. It stars Carson Kressley as a White Witch.
Oh.
Oh, Tilda Swinton. Sorry.
No, Ellen DeGeneres.
Get it right.
Did you score, Mr. Talented?
No, I didn't. I'll give Jaymes a 50.
I knew it in my soul that you were going to say 50.
So, for me, this is the person I am now considering voting to win the Fame Games. I think, honestly, y'all said that James's lemon look was bad. I honestly don't even think that look was that bad, especially compared to some of the misses we've seen this season. I think it was below average, but I don't think it was like Kandy's runway this week bad or Kasha's.
Well, I would agree below average.
Yeah, it's below average, but it's like a 40. It's not like a 20. You know what I mean? And outside of that, if that was her worst look this season, otherwise she's done really good across the board on the runway, in my opinion. My favorite look of the season has been her Ric Flair look she did for the thing, I think it was last week. This is really great. I am a Narnia fan, so I do get the reference, and I'm here for it. I'm gonna be full. I think it's a great look.
Okay.
All right.
Come on. How are we not voting for her? How is this?
If y'all just gave Jaymes a full and not her, something is obviously wrong. I'm so sorry, but something is wrong.
Sorry, Logan. I just got excited.
Next up is Kahanna Montrese. You know, I have one qualm with this look. This wig should not exist. This wig should be burned. This wig should be destroyed. This wig is not good. It's not good. I don't care what any of you say. This wig is not good. But other than the wig, the garment is phenomenal. She looks wonderful. Is it predictable from Kahanna Montrese? Yes. Does this go with a lot of her other package? Yes. Is this different enough to where I'm not going to call it Vegas Showgirl? Yes. I think she looks great. I can't be mad at it. The wig is going to bring it down to a 90 for me.
Yeah, I think she looks stunning. For me, this was easily my favorite look of the week. Man, the wig, I didn't even notice it. I think you're not supposed to notice it because of that headpiece.
I did.
Like, anything else would be distracting if it was any bigger than that. But man, the makeup, the walk, the body, everything about this is just right. And it's one of my favorite looks of the season for sure. I gave this a 93.
What's so bad about the wig? I need more explanation.
I don't understand
It's
either.
flat. It's cut off at the cheek. The color doesn't make sense with the rest of this garment. It's
It
like
being cut off at the cheek, I think that was
the cut of the wig is not good. It's flat. It doesn't look like it should be with this look.
It's like skin toned. I think that's the idea.
It's not though for her.
It looks like it matches the tone of her skin. In this picture, it does.
The wig looks like a khaki color, and her skin is a very lovely shade of caramel.
It matches to me.
Okay.
I think the wig being flat in the front, flat is kind of the point, because like, especially with that long ponytail, people normally do like silk back, whatever. Anyway, the wig is sickening. The look is sickening. The makeup is sickening. Everything about this is good. It's not giving Vegas Showgirl. Is it giving structured? Yeah. I'm gonna call it structured, but I don't think it's giving Vegas Showgirl. I think this was one of the best of the night for real.
Score.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Baby, we're waiting on you.
I'm so sorry. I am
You're fine.
so sorry.
You're fine.
It's a 95.
Okay.
Kahanna Montrese. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I just thought about that pun earlier, and we all season. No, the look's great. It is kind of giving me Vegas, but not really showgirl. It's giving me like that over the top Vegas, right? It's almost like Vegas ice skating show. If that makes any sense. I know that's not a real thing, but
go off, love.
This is how I feel. Okay. Here's a better one. It's kind of giving me like New York showgirl, but not Broadway. If that makes it's like it's more New York to me. Than
no, but go off.
That's just how I feel. Also, I do not like the wig. I am firmly agreeing with Logan on the wig. Also, I don't like her makeup, but I think it's overdrawn. I think it doesn't really match. The blue doesn't really match.
Overdrawn. It's a drag queen.
I don't mind it. I don't mind the makeup for this look because it's giving more severe.
Wait.
Which is what the whole look does.
I'm sorry, Logan. So you don't think James's lip was overdrawn?
No,
I never said anything about Kahanna's makeup.
No, I'm not talking about. No, I'm talking to Brook. Like you don't.
You said my name. That's why I answered.
Because you were talking. I think he was trying to bring
up.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
My apologies, but
to answer your question, no, I do not think James's lip was overdrawn. I actually think it matched pretty great with the rest of her package. For me, I think the actual garment is gorgeous. I think the headpiece is gorgeous. I like I can't really tell if it's a boot cover on the bottom half, but it looks great. Regardless, knocking off points for the wig, and my opinion on the makeup, it's an 85.
I thought we were all going to be in the 90s for once.
Go off.
Last up is Lala Ri. I did like that this revealed into, a leotard situation. It's not my favorite thing that Lala Ri has ever worn. I don't really enjoy the wig necessarily. I think this is different for Lala, though, and I'm happy that we're seeing something a little bit different. But I just think the execution could have been a little bit stronger. For me, Lala's going to get a 75.
Yeah, I do like this. I think it's good colors for her. Like that blue looks so good with her skin. Man, that looks really good with her skin. For me, I'm kind of the opposite. I do not like that it revealed into something smaller, the leotard. Like I was like, keep it on, please. It looked better like this. But overall, I do like it. I gave it a 65.
I love Lala down. And I'm tired of commenting about her wigs all season. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
This wig gives me two things.
Oh no.
Ramen noodles and like the head of a mop. Those two.
Mop head. Fucking mop head. Damn.
These two things it just reminds me of. I like her look sometimes can be very passable, but then it's just the wig. Like it's just the wig. This is fine. Like the problem that I had with Naysha's own, it doesn't really give Ice Queen besides the color. I think it's okay. I'll give her I'll give her 45.
Oh.
I think it's interesting that this is like a snow ice theme because her hair is definitely giving me it's gonna be May. Regardless, I hope somebody got that joke. Regardless, Justin Timberlake's ramen noodles hair from the it's and NSYNC.
It's a stretch.
Yeah, thank you. All my jokes are stretches, you know that. Regardless, I really love this part of the look when it's not revealed into the leotard. I think like because this is giving me like Frozen Cinderella Brandy like kind of moment. And I love that,
Ooh,
right?
okay.
The leotard was fine. I didn't hate it. It was just kind of like, no, why? It was like Charlie Hyde's taking off the dress in the pilgrim look. Like it was just kind of like, why? What is to be gained from this? Because this is stunning to me to look at. So knocking off points to the leotard and the wig of choice, 80. Party.
Work.
So, this is the point where Tom Felicia decides to join the judging panel. Cool. I don't want to talk about him ever again.
Jack Wood. Yay.
No. And we have a winner. The winner of the challenge is Jimbo.
Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. Mama, you hungry?
I would have said Jessica Wilde.
Choices, not you.
You know, I could see it, especially because now looking at the runway, I did give Jessica 5 points higher than Jimbo, so I could see it. I could.
I like
I'm
Jimbo's
not mad
runway
that Jimbo
better.
won. I'm not mad
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it, David. I'm not
yeah.
upset about Jimbo winning.
But I'm not upset. I think she did great. So
I mean, and not because Jimbo won, because of what they did after they revealed that Jimbo won. That's why I'm mad. Because I know we already had a rant. This is a mini rant. This is the most obvious production save I think I have seen on a season of Drag Race in years. Like from last episode. Because we know for a fact that she would have been in the bottom because of like everybody's in the bottom if you're not in the top. It's been top 5 forever. And they didn't do it until now because she did not win that challenge.
Or she would have 5 wins.
No.
I just want to know how this is gonna work next week, and I feel like they're gonna pull a thing that's like maybe I don't know spoilers, but in my mind I'm like this doesn't make sense. It's 3 left, so I'm in the bottom, David's in the bottom, and Brook wins. I obviously
and
I'm
I'm
gonna vote.
assassin, and I win.
Yeah, and I'm obviously gonna vote for David. David's obviously gonna vote for me.
It doesn't matter what the group vote is. It doesn't matter what the outcome of the lip sync is next week because the winner of the challenge just picks who's in the top 2 with them.
Mm-hmm. And
it's you hate it, but
wait,
yeah,
that's this
because we've seen what happens in a tie before, where even if the person who wins the challenge loses the lip sync, they break the tie. Mm-hmm. So it's literally just
the only scenario where the top all-star of the week does not break the tie is if someone out of the bottom 2 votes for themselves.
And also, I mean, it's really a lip sync for 10K. That's all it is.
Yeah. I don't get it. I hate this. I don't understand it. I don't know why we're going to a top 2 because I think a top 3 or a top 4 even would have been great because frankly, we'll talk about it. I think Alexis deserved to be in the finale of this season. I think she did well enough. I think she showed exactly what she needed to. And I think she deserved a spot in the finale. And I'm kind of upset that her and potentially someone else who deserves a spot in the finale won't get it. I don't understand this whatsoever. But whatever. Mm-hmm. So Jimbo wins. We get a lip sync assassin.
Finally.
I might call her a goat.
Dr. Reverend Silky Nutmeg Ganache is in the building.
Fuck yeah.
I was thrilled. And then the lip sync started.
You know, we mentioned it briefly I cannot remember when, but it was recently when we were talking about Jimbo with the baloney. I still don't think it's funny. I still don't get it, like what the whole point of it is. And sure, the song it kind of worked, I guess, with the song, but like, I don't think the song was a good choice either.
So they're lip syncing to Freakazoid by Midnight Star. The song came on, and I said, "Oh, good, Silky's winning." And then the lip sync happened. And I was like, oh, good. Silky's winning. And then that didn't happen.
You know, in all of the ways that Jimbo could have improved her lip sync record to 1 in 6, I did not think it was going to come at the cost of Silky freaking Nutmeg Ganache.
No. No. I am going to reiterate my statement that I think Jimbo is incredibly talented. I think Jimbo is lovely. I think Jimbo is great. Jimbo did not win this lip sync for me.
Me too.
It didn't. I get the shtick. I think this is the best lip sync Jimbo has ever done. Let me make that very clear. I do. I think this is the best lip sync. She didn't fall over. She knew her words. She had a character. And I hate that is the baseline for someone who is about to win All Stars 8. But like, that's just where we're at, unfortunately. For me, Silky won this lip sync. I thought Silky did great. Silky thought Silky won this lip sync. That's just me.
I mean, for me, this is hard to judge like a normal lip sync because it was so bizarre. It was like so unusual. So basically, it should be judged if that appeals to your funny bone or not. And it clearly appeals to RuPaul. RuPaul loves this character from Jimbo. I love this character from Jimbo. I've seen her do it live. I've seen her throw baloney at me live. It worked for me. It's not going to be an all-time favorite lip sync because I think, for me, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, this character has lost its luster a little bit since I've seen it more than once. Especially like the fact that when we first saw this character, it was pretty nonverbal for the most part. And it was just it took me out of it seeing Jimbo talk so much with this character. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. My one of my roommates, he does not watch Drag Race. He watched this the day after me, and I heard him upstairs watching it. He was losing his mind laughing during this lip sync. So he really loved it. It appeals to some people. Other people don't get it. That's fair.
This is probably least favorite All-Stars lip sync, and I never thought something would beat Trinity the Tuck doing right round, but something did. Like, I was waiting for it to be over. I blame a lot of that on the fact that they barely showed Silky, and what they did show Silky was good, you know, but like, to me, it felt very much like a swish swish kind of moment where they had to edit out a lot of Silky's good stuff so that way it looked kind of even. And even if they didn't, I just didn't get it. I didn't like it. I thought it was really boring. And it's also not the first time we've seen her do this shtick on the show either. So, like,
it's a first for a lot of people.
It is the first for a lot of people.
I mean, sure, just not for me, you know. But, like, I hated the whole thing. I'm not even going to lie.
This lip sync, it was very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. The baloney bit, it wasn't really funny. Like, it wasn't laugh out funny. Like, it was just like, okay, it's nice. I kind of still think Jimbo won. I feel like Silky was just there. Like, I seen her like do that opening 8 count thing a lot, kick her leg up a lot. Like, it's nothing.
We saw Jimbo kicking up those legs too.
So, like, it's nothing different. And even one point, both of them had kind of stopped lip syncing a little bit, I'm like, come on, guys. But
I have
this,
a yeah, sorry, Miss Jones, go ahead.
no, you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, is this Silky's worst lip sync?
No, Nina West.
No scrubs.
Is this Silky's second worst lip sync?
Yes.
No, I think it is her worst lip sync. At least no scrubs is like ironically funny.
I mean, I didn't even like
But
her in the finale of season 11. I
was
thought it
gonna
was
say
messy.
it's the season 11 finale lip sync for me, but I think that's
too.
a little bit better because there's wig reveals, there's.
And I hate to say it, her lip sync
No,
against
it's
Eureka
not.
when
It's
she
a
got
mess.
I love it, and that is just my opinion.
her lip sync against Eureka where she got caught up in that jumpsuit. Like, I hate to say it, but that was messy too. So
I mean, even then though, if you factor out the like brief caught up in the jumpsuit, she wasn't terrible.
brief. I wish it was brief, but it was not brief.
It was, Anyway,
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'll say at least this one wasn't messy. Like the other two that we mentioned were like messy. That's the main thing. It's just messy.
It was clean but chaotic but underwhelming. That's what I would say this lip sync was. So Jimbo wins, and we lose Alexis Michelle, and I don't.
No, at first she takes her lipstick out of her little baloney pouch, which I was hoping she would do that. In such a serious moment, she's like, "Here, let me unzip my
literally," and they had to pan to it. I'm like, ugh.
I mean, I get it because she kind of didn't really have like a place to hide it in this area, but also, we didn't really mention Untucked, but there was a moment in Untucked where Alexis said, "Oh," to Jessica, "I can't put your name down." Right now, if people were mad about Alexis breaking her word to Jessica here, I wouldn't get it. I think it'd be kind of dumb, but I at least see the point where she said she wouldn't do it to her, right? And she did, but like Jessica also wrote her name down, so like,
Yeah, I just don't understand why there wasn't a vote against Kandy.
Cause she like, and now she has a crush on her. I'm like, what?
I don't know.
She has a crush.
Oh
yeah, she said that.
She was like, I'm crushing a little bit on Kandy Muse. I'm like,
I miss that. I didn't watch Untucked, to be honest. I didn't.
No, that happened during the
episode when they were getting ready.
Tasha came in.
Missed that. Okay.
Do we?
You, girl.
That they might not be voting for Kandy simply because they think Kandy is going to be somebody that can beat the end.
Could be.
I mean, because Kandy hasn't even really been high that much this season. She only won the one challenge. Like, again, I get the idea that, like, sure, Alexis has if you go based off the judges, a worse track record. But, like, I don't know. I feel like if you put Alexis up there based on her, like, good challenge performances, I feel like she's had more of those than Kandy has. So, like, and I don't think anybody was in the right mind was going to vote for Jessica outside of Alexis because, Jessica's been doing the damn thing, for lack of a better term. So
I'm disappointed that we, like, almost every other season of All Stars, we've gotten a top 4. We've gotten a top 4 the last 3 seasons of All Stars, and the only seasons where there weren't a top 3 going into a finale were season 1 and season 5. Why are we not doing it now? Like, it's unfortunate to see Alexis go here. I don't think she did great in this episode. However, I think what she did on this season warranted a spot in a finale for me. And I would say the same thing about Jessica, Jimbo, and Kandy. I just think all 4 of them deserve to be in a finale, and I don't understand why they're shafting her and apparently someone else of a finale spot. I don't understand it.
From what it looks like, based off of, because episode guide episode things, like the episode titles and descriptions are out. Somebody is going home next week, and then we're getting the Fame Games variety show extravaganza with all the Fame Games girls doing a talent show, and then the Fame Games voting will open, and then it looks like it could be a live finale or like a pre-taped live finale, but they've been doing the past couple seasons anyway. We don't know, but the final is going to be a final 2, and then they're going to ask the winner of the Fame Games. Like, this twist would be good, and I mean like the Fame Games, if like the entire season kind of didn't hinge on it, because that's what it feels like it does. You know, like the average casual Drag Race viewer would not vote on the Fame Games probably anyway. The people that vote are going to be the Twitter people and the people that watch Untucked. And like the idea of we're making an entire episode of this 12-episode season devoted to the Fame Games, like, sure, I guess to a point, but like even then I don't see what it really brings in terms of like value to the product.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I think...
No, go ahead.
Sorry. So since it moved to Paramount Plus, that's when we started getting a 12-episode order. And last year we didn't have eliminations. So really the question is, why did we change from what we were doing in All-Stars 6 to All-Stars 8? So there's one less queen, and they're not doing a comeback. So those are the big differences. So really it's like, why are we not doing that? And I'm guessing they thought that the Fame Game would be a good substitution for something like the comeback episode that the Silky Nutmeg Ganache episode that we got a couple of years ago. For me, I don't mind a top 2 as long as it's 2 people I like. Who knows if that's going to happen? If Jimbo goes home next week, burn this whole show down. If Jimbo and Jessica make it to the top 2, yay, I'm thrilled. Great top 2. So for me, I'll admit I'm biased with whether I like it or not. So we'll see.
Well, to me, even if in a perfect world, right, for me, based off of what we've seen on the show, Jessica and Jimbo would be the top 2, right, if you're just going purely on track record. Yep. But in terms of entertainment value, right, and like the idea of wanting to watch a finale and not know who's going to win going into it, it would be fun for Jimbo to go home next week. I don't think she should. I don't think she will, honestly. I think they are going to find a way to shoehorn this makeover challenge and give her the win so she won't be eligible. But, and I said what I said, and I mean that shit. But like, I don't know. It really bums me out that we have had 9 episodes of this season and most of the queens really didn't get anything out of this season. Like, and the ones that did get something out of it was not good things. Like, I mean, look at Heidi. Heidi in Closet is probably one of the most popular queens to come out of the recent series, like last 5 seasons of the show. And I feel like half the people that watch the show have already forgotten she was on it. And that sucks.
I don't know. I think most of the queens have benefited from this. Like, and I can say from personal experience that a lot of these, like, I was so disappointed when I saw spoilers about the cast. I'm like, who cares about almost all of these people? But I really grew to like a lot of them. Even some of the ones that I'm still not crazy about. Like, they're way higher in my estimation than they used to be. Darienne used to be like a bottom 10 contestant for me. I did not like Darienne. But now I think she's so much better than I ever gave her credit for. Kahanna was a nobody to me, and now I freaking love her. So I don't know. I think almost all of them have really benefited, and I'm sure that their booking fees are going to show that too.
I just have one thing to say. You know how they do like the alternate crownings each season. At least they don't have to waste extra storage doing it for some of the queens on the Fame Games.
Right.
That was good. I appreciate it.
And on that note, thank you so much for joining us for our coverage of All Stars 8, Episode 9. We'll be back next week with a 3-person makeover for some reason. Lesbians!
Yay.
Lesbians!
Let's go, lesbians.
Let's go, lesbians!
Lesbian.
In the meantime, make sure to subscribe, like, share, do all the things. Because you're on YouTube, do the things. Links below. Get your merch. All that.
Lana.
Yeah.
Cheers.
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 Let's go, Joe.
Oh wow.
Wrap it up. Let loose. Let loose.